Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers tease Luna pulling out all the stops to snag Will, but she might need more than just Sheila in her corner. Luna Nizawa's Lisa Yamada, one-track mind only has Will Spencer, crew Morrow, occupying it at the moment. She's not feeling too much remorse after killing two men. She only wants Will and is willing to do whatever she can to land Bill Spencer's Don Diamont, handsome young son. Of course, she also has to get Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, out of the way, and that will be easier said than done. Grandma Sheila Carter Kimberlyn Brown has the right advice for Luna, but will Luna be satisfied with silly mustache disguises and delivering pizza if it doesn't get her anywhere? No, she has to find another way to meet her goal, and she has already met the person who can help. There has to be a reason that Luna already had an encounter with Remy Price Christian Weissman right in Bill's living room. She knows him as Dario and he knows her as the woman who killed two men at Il Giardano. Luna is sure to meet Remy again and learn he is Electra's old childhood friend who is still obsessed with her. With both of their end goals in mind, Remy and Luna would make the perfect diabolical team to break up Electra and Will. However, they might find that they have more in common with each other than they do the two people they can't get off their minds, two people who don't want to give them the time of day. Both Luna and Remy know how to scheme when Electra and Will haven't figured out how to be bad guys yet. Sometimes the villains always want the characters as pure as the driven snow and finally find they are better with other villains. Remy and Luna take the fictional LA fashion team by storm and are much more dangerous together than they are separately. They just need to see it that way. The world of the bold and the beautiful is no stranger to secrets, scandals, and shifting allegiances, but the newest partnership brewing in Los Angeles may prove to be one of the most unpredictable yet. Luna Nizawa, still reeling from the revelation of her paternity and the fallout from her drugged encounter with Zende, finds herself cornered in both her personal and professional life. Enter Remy, a mysterious newcomer with a past as checkered as it is enigmatic. What begins as a cautious partnership quickly evolves into a volatile alliance that could set the entire Forrester dynasty ablaze. Chapter 1. Luna's Breaking Point. Luna stared out the window of the Forrester guesthouse, her heart pounding. She had returned to work at Forrester Creations after a brief hiatus, but things weren't the same. RJ was distant, loving but guarded, and Poppy refused to give her a straight answer about the mints that destroyed her life. Zende was remorseful, yes, but also growing increasingly possessive, convinced that fate brought them together. Worst of all, her own sense of identity had splintered into pieces. Poppy's lie about her paternity, that Bill Spencer was her father when the truth was far murkier, had shaken Luna to her core. She had confronted her mother in private, demanding answers, but all she received were more half-truths and diversions. The guilt of what happened with Zende hovered over her like a storm cloud. Luna didn't want forgiveness anymore, she wanted clarity. She wanted justice. And she needed a plan. That was when she met Remy. Chapter 2. Enter Remy. Remy wasn't just a name whispered through the fashion underbelly of LA, he was a presence. A rogue textile consultant and design prodigy, he had been blackballed from several firms for being too intense, too impulsive, and in one case, a danger to proprietary secrets. Rumors swirled that he once hacked into a competitor's servers during a fashion showdown in Milan, although nothing was ever proven. But beneath his sharp jawline, urban bohemian style, and cynical demeanor, Remy was a man with unfinished business, and a vendetta against the Forresters. When Luna first crossed paths with him at Il Giardino, it was a quiet conversation about design that evolved into an intense discussion about loyalty, betrayal, and power. He didn't know her story, but he could see the tension in her eyes. People like us, he said, leaning closer, we don't get rescued. We become the storm. Those 6 words lit something in Luna. For the first time in weeks, she felt seen. Not pitied, not coddled, seen. Chapter 3. Dangerous Confessions. Their meetings grew more frequent, coffees, long walks around Beverly Hills, conversations behind the loading dock of Forrester's main office. Luna found herself venting about Zende, about RJ, about her mother. Remy listened, but didn't try to fix her. He offered strategies, observations, warnings. You think this was an accident? Remy asked her one night as they overlooked the skyline. You think the mint was just a bad mistake? Someone gave you that on purpose, Luna. You were targeted. You have to stop thinking like a victim and start playing offense. Luna's hands trembled. It had crossed her mind, the idea that someone might have manipulated the situation. But who? Zende. Poppy. Even Steffi had been acting strangely lately. Remy had a theory: someone wanted her to fall. Someone feared her influence at Forrester, her talent, her rising star, her connection to the Spencers. Drugging her could have been more than sabotage, it could have been a warning. The seeds of suspicion had been planted. And they were growing fast. Chapter 4. The Plan. Remy outlined a three-phase plan to expose the truth behind Luna's downfall and to reclaim her power at Forrester. Phase 1. Infiltration. Remy would get himself hired at Forrester Creations, using Luna's name as a reference and a forged resume that showed experience working with obscure European houses. Luna was hesitant at first, the risk of being caught was high, but Remy's confidence was contagious. Within a week, he was shadowing design assistants and charming the HR manager. Ridge was too busy with his ongoing feud with Thomas and the chaos in Hope's life to scrutinize new hires. Phase 2. Investigation. With access to Forrester's archives and security footage, Remy and Luna combed through logs, emails, and delivery records. They searched for any evidence that might suggest who tampered with the infamous mints. Meanwhile, Luna began subtly questioning her mother again, recording their conversations with a hidden app on her phone. Phase 3. Leverage. If they found the truth, if they could connect the dots, Luna would go public. A press conference. A full reveal. She would clear her name and force the Forresters, especially Steffi and Zende, to face the consequences, but plans, especially in Los Angeles, rarely go as expected. Chapter 5. Cracks in the Alliance. As the days passed, Luna began noticing changes in Remy. He was growing erratic. He would disappear for hours without explanation, return agitated, and snap when questioned. He insisted on controlling more of the investigation, locking certain files behind encrypted passwords only he could access. Luna confronted him one evening in his studio apartment, surrounded by half-sketched designs and forensic reports. "What are you hiding, Remy?" He looked up at her, his jaw tight. "I'm not hiding anything. I'm protecting you." "From what?" Remy's silence was deafening. That's when Luna found the file, a printed dossier tucked inside one of his sketchbooks. It had her name on it. Photos, school records, social media transcripts, a full psychological profile. "You investigated me?" she asked, voice shaking. "I had to know who I was dealing with," he replied, unflinching. "Trust is dangerous. I've learned that the hard way." Luna stormed out. Chapter 6. The Twist. Back at Forrester, Luna tried to shift her focus. RJ had begun to sense something was off. He asked if she was okay, and for a moment, Luna wanted to tell him everything. But something inside her warned against it. If RJ knew about Remy, the plan, the investigation, he might try to stop her. Then came the breakthrough. A security clip from the night of the gala. Luna and Zende never made it to the guest house immediately after the party, they had stopped at the kitchen. The footage clearly showed someone handing Luna a glass of water. The face was blurry, but the necklace gave it away. Poppy. Luna's mother. Luna staggered back from the monitor. It wasn't just that Poppy gave her the water, it was the look on her face. Calculated. Controlled. Had Poppy known what was in the mint? Had she wanted Luna and Zende to end up together? And more importantly, why? Chapter 7. A Mother's Motive. The confrontation was inevitable. Luna stood in Poppy's kitchen the next morning, holding the still image from the security feed. "You drugged me," she said quietly. Poppy's face fell. "Luna, it's not what you think. I think you gave me that mint on purpose. I think you wanted me to end up with Zende." Poppy hesitated. Then, slowly, her shoulders slumped. "I didn't mean for it to go that far," she whispered. "I just wanted to secure your future." "My future?" Luna scoffed. "By sleeping with someone I didn't consent to. That's your idea of securing me?" Poppy confessed. "The deal with Zende's family. A potential inheritance. A quiet agreement. If Zende married within the year, a trust fund would be released." Poppy had thought pairing Luna with him would be a win for everyone. She hadn't known the mint would affect her daughter so strongly, but Luna was done with excuses. She left, not to cry, but to act. Chapter 8. Power Move. Luna walked into the Forrester executive office the next morning with fire in her eyes. She handed Ridge, Steffi, and Carter a sealed envelope. Inside were the security clips, audio from Poppy's confession, and a letter from her legal team. Luna wasn't suing. Not yet. But she was demanding a promotion. If they wanted to keep this under wraps, if they didn't want a scandal that would bring down the Forrester brand and ignite feminist backlash worldwide, they'd elevate her role and issue a formal apology. To her. Publicly. Steffi's jaw dropped. Ridge was speechless. Carter advised they consider the proposal seriously. It was bold, risky, dangerous. It was exactly what Remy had taught her. Chapter 9. Fallout. News spread fast. Poppy left town under mysterious circumstances, claiming she needed space to think. Zende was placed on leave while the company conducted an internal review. RJ, stunned, confronted Luna. She told him everything. To her surprise, he didn't scream. He didn't walk away. He simply said, "I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this." And then he held her. But things with Remy were less reconciliatory. Luna returned to his apartment, telling him she was ending their alliance. "You used me," she said. "You pretended to be helping, but you were just getting revenge on the Foresters for whatever they did to you." Remy didn't deny it, but he did give her one last warning. "You think you've won?" he asked. This was just the prologue. They'll come for you. Steffi, Zende, maybe even Ridge. And when they do, you'll wish I was still on your side." He kissed her on the cheek, slowly, and vanished. Chapter 10. Rise of Luna. Weeks passed. Luna's new designs debuted at the spring collection and were hailed as revolutionary. She became a symbol, not just of beauty and fashion, but of resilience. A new face for a new era. But the cost had been high. Her relationship with Poppy was shattered. Zende was spiraling, his grip on reality weakening. And somewhere in the city, Remy was watching. Plotting. Waiting. Because in the world of the bold and the beautiful, no alliance is ever truly over. Especially not one forged in fire. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Bold and Beautiful Update YouTube channel for more update news.